Hi guys! So today's video I'm going to be talking about magical moments, I'm not really sure what the correct term is, that you receive like at the Disney parks, and for me specifically at Disney World. So if you don't know, the cast members can do things that make someone's day or someone's trip more special. So I'm going to talk about the things that I have received, but kind of in general it can be something like receiving like a birthday card from the characters, something as simple as that, or maybe them giving you like a free dessert because maybe it's like an anniversary or stuff. So it can be something as simple along the lines of that, or in some like extreme cases it can be going on a ride with one of your favourite Disney princesses, out just spending some time with them, or a cast member giving you like a free treat or something. Like, it can be a range of different things. So a lot of people have experienced quite the simple ones, and only a handful have experienced the huge ones. So let's go into the ones that I've received. I believe I've only ever received 2, but I could be wrong, it might be 3, so don't hold me to it. But yeah, so the first ones I'm going to talk about is probably one that I don't think they do anymore, or is kind of quite unheard of. But anyway, so I was in Disney World. This was the last time I went, and it was before I was like a teenager, so when I was like a child, when everything was a bit more magical. So I was 7 and my parents had just like split up, and I was actually really unwell for this whole trip. Like, we're not sure why, we're not sure if this is where my travel sickness really started. I get travel sickness on like planes specifically, and I was like ill the whole trip basically, except for like a couple of the last days, but we spent half in Disney and half in like just Orlando. So for that half of Disney I was like practically ill for most of it. Like, I barely did anything. We had to have like a stroller, like I was that ill. So it was like one like afternoon, I think we was going to go like to Epcot or somewhere, or maybe it's Hollywood, it was going somewhere anyway. And we stayed at the boardwalk. So yeah, I think it was Hollywood Studios. I think we were going to get the boat, and boardwalk, I'm not sure if they still have it because I haven't stayed there since then, but they had this like lovely little like garden area. So we were walking through and stuff, and there was a gardener there, and he was like gardening, and bear in mind this is now like an 11-year-old memory, so I can't remember every single detail, so please bear that in mind. But he was just doing his garden stuff, watering the plants and that, and I'm not sure like if I was upset or if we were just talking to him. But anyway, I think we were talking about like our trip and like I'd been ill and stuff, and he was like wait there, and like I'll be back in a second. And for those of you that don't know, I have a little sister. She's 4 years younger than me, so on this trip she was like 3. So her and my mum had done a lot of stuff like in the park. Like, they just went off with just her because we went with my grandma, because we paid for 2 adults, so we swapped it and she went. Anyway, we're getting off the point. So he went off and then he came back, and I was like, oh, he's just back. Like, maybe he had to like go grab a drink or something, you know. And like then he like had his like, I can't remember if he had his hands in his pockets or his hands behind his back, but anyway, so he was like, I got something for you too. So like we kind of like went up to him, and I got this little like, oh, there's hair on it, this like little Cinderella toy. Like, I don't know what to call it. It's like a little figurine, and I think Beth also got a Cinderella one. Cinderella's always been my Disney princess, so I think we definitely have been talking about my favourite characters, because I said that Cinderella was my favourite, and also she's my favourite to meet in the parks. As a kid I always said because she had real hands, not like the fair characters. For some reason I just kind of liked, like, I didn't mind meeting the fair characters, I loved it, but the like face characters I really liked more because they were more real to me. I've always had this like difference between like real, like what's real and what's not, even as a kid, which is kind of odd. But yeah, so I got this little Cinderella one. We don't know where my sisters went, it seemed to have just disappeared, but 11 years on and I still have this little Cinderella, and I don't know, I always cherish this, and I remember it really like made the day, and for me to still have that memory, like, it really made a difference. So yeah, shout out to the guy who was walking the prance at Boardwalk. This is still in my life and I really like it. And so the other magical moment I have received is one I talked about at the beginning, which is the birthday one that a lot of people receive. So I had my birthday badge on, so a lot of the cast members and stuff were saying happy birthday, and I spent ages talking to the fairy godmother. Like literally the cast member was like to her, come on, you have other guests. Like we were having such a wonderful time speaking because we talked about my birthday and then was talking about like back home here and stuff, so it was really cool. But then later, was it that day? No, it was it? Anyway, another time was in Magic Kingdom. If not, sometime was in Magic Kingdom. Oh no, it wasn't Magic Kingdom. No, this was our first, it was our first day. It was our first day in Epcot. We was at Akish's, and the woman saw my badge and she was like, oh, like happy birthday and stuff, and I was like, yeah, it was my birthday 2 days ago. We flew out yesterday, so this is our first day in the parks, so I kind of didn't really celebrate my birthday because like we're here more for it, which was kind of really exciting. So we was talking, and then we was eating our breakfast, and halfway, I think it was actually towards the end when we was going to pay for the bill. If you watch my Disney vlogs, my mum captured it. I'll try and insert like a picture of what I got. But she came over with a birthday card. She actually came over with two. I received one, and then she gave one to my little sister as well, who at this time, I was just turned 16, so she was 12? Yeah, 12. So she also received one, which I thought was really nice. She didn't have to give her one. And I got a little cupcake, and it was had blue icing and a little candle, and I really like that. Like I knew that are things you could receive, but I know not everybody receives them, and like she didn't have to do it. Most people just do it for the little kids. And bear in mind I was turning 16. But yeah, so I thought that was really nice. I have my Disney button. This was the Disney button, badge, whatever you want to call it. They call them buttons in America, but I call it a badge. And I had to rewrite it and then put some sticky tape across because it rubbed off from the guy that did it at the hotel. But this is the newer design as well, in case anyone was wondering. But yes, it said Abbie and 16, so they kind of knew my age, which is why I think like I was kind of so surprised, because a lot of the times you don't receive it as much. But yeah, so they are kind of the magical moments that I have received. But yeah, I think it's just such a nice thing that Disney does that, because especially this Cinderella one from when I was a child, like I remember that so much, and I've kept hold of it all this time. I've moved house probably with, so this is always said at my mum's, so I've moved house with this like 3 times I think since I've had it, so it's managed to like not get lost, which is incredible because I lose things when I move like crazy. And yeah, so I think it's wonderful that Disney does this, and let me know down below if there are any magical moments that you've ever received. Some simple ones that people get is like you go to buy an ice cream and they'll just like give it to you for free. I just remembered my third one. Our third one was that my little sister was really upset, and this like cast member saw, and so we got a free voucher for free popcorn for all of us and a free drink for all of us. That was also when we went in 2016, which I thought was incredible. Like he could have just given her a free drink and a free popcorn, and to be honest we could have shared. But yeah, so we had a voucher for free drinks and for free bags of popcorn, which was crazy. So yeah, that was another magical moment that we received, but that was more for my little sister. But yeah, so on the food wise you can receive them type ones as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It feels like I haven't filmed in forever for you guys because I've been away, so I pre-filmed. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next week with another Disney video, and yeah, just let me know down below any magical moments that you've had, and make sure to follow me on my social medias. Bye!